large on the road as we walk from our hotel. I'll give you a look at the hotel in just a second. We are coming to you live from Incheon in North Korea, adjacent to Incheon International Airport. And we've got our mobile unit here with us. Trying to keep that in the frame there. As we're going to cross the street here. It's kind of a busy street, so I'm going to have to make sure I pay attention to what we're doing here. Soul Searching Emily is here. Hello, Emily. Robert Miner from California. Joni, yes, it did stop raining. Wendy Weil, I guess you're among the first ones. This is an unscheduled broadcast. Crossing a street, lifting my heavy bag to avoid a puddle, and we're about to head up on a sidewalk here. We are parallel to the western runways of Incheon Airport. And now I will show you the hotel from which we have been broadcasting. Pretty distinctive edifice. So Alice Mabel says it's a nice surprise. I know the dispatcher just got home a little while ago. I know it's very early in the morning on, I think it is, or at least it's very late at night on Tuesday where you are. So we'll see how this sidewalk goes. Oh, what a surprise, some Kia vehicles right there. So I don't know how long I can keep this up and walk at the same time. We've got, I don't know, by my reckoning, maybe a quarter mile, maybe a little more to walk to where we're going. Someplace called Air Refresh. And it sounds totally fascinating. It is a place for plane spotters where they have an open platform, a place you can, take selfies and other kind of social media photos from. They have a machine where you get snacks. They have a restroom. And it just sounds like heaven for plane spotters. So we'll see what happens there. See, I don't know if I can... 12:30 a.m. in Central Time Zone, says Anna the dispatcher. It's 22:33 in Vegas, says Joni. Scotty H says, I'm at work, so I have all the time in the world. Well, this is just a precursor to what we hope will be a more traditional stream from outside as opposed to inside a building, where we get to hear the planes and we get to look at the planes not through a plate glass window. I'd love to show you these planes. Just such a fascinating variety of planes here at Incheon. I don't know how many of you, I know many of you have seen some of our previous streams here, but my goodness, if you were a serious plane spotter and you wanted to tick off a bunch of airlines you've never seen before from your to-do list, this would certainly be one of the places you'd want to go. Of course, there's always consolidation in the aviation industry. Airlines come and go, and by this time next year we may not see T-Way planes anymore, as it has now been renamed Trinity Airlines. By this time next year, we may not see Spirit Airlines anymore in the U.S. Who knows? But we are... let me take a little pause here. Keith says, am I still near ICN or in the city? We're just adjacent just west of the main runways here on the west side of ICN. Keith says for aircraft and airline variety, I like LAX and LHR for A380s. Probably go to Dubai. I think that'd be a good bet. So my success will depend on how stable this sidewalk is. It's paved with asphalt. And you can see there's a lot of fallen leaves to consider, but no giant puddles. I guess they have pretty good drainage here on this sidewalk. If you've just tuned in, we're going to a spot on the west side of Incheon International Airport called Air Refresh. And I saw it on Google Maps, and it said photo studio. And I looked a little more closely, and I saw what it really was. I couldn't find a website for it. They have an Instagram page. Air Refresh does. Tenement Funster is checking in from Liverpool. We have a Liverpudlian amongst us. And I don't know if you can see it. Beyond those trees there's solar panels lining a highway. So there's another, we're on a kind of a side road. There's a highway to the right of where I'm walking, and then beyond that highway is where the airport is. To the left of us is a kind of a hilly, wooded area, and that is where we will be going. Well, up in there somewhere. I believe there will be some climbing up a hill involved. So we'll see how that goes. There's a sign from Incheon Airport, definitely not in English. I think I recognize those red letters at the top. That means warning or danger or something. Because I've seen those on other signs. All right, off we go. I wasn't really clear how long it would take to get here. We've been on now for 8 minutes, 8.5 minutes. Keith says lots of people stream from Japanese airports. Don't see many from ICN. I do see, I've seen 2 from here. I think it's World Aviation 4K is I think the first stream I saw from here. And then I also have seen some of the boys from Sid Squad pop up here on a semi-regular basis. But I haven't seen anybody do a daily or a weekly or a semi-weekly live broadcast from here. Incheon Airport is kind of spread out in much the same way that DFW is. But there are some places you can get close to the action here on the west side. There's a couple of roads on the south side, which also can offer views of the planes coming in overhead. And I think I'm getting close to the turnoff here for Air Refresh. No idea what that says. I'm switching over to the ultra-wide camera. I didn't realize we weren't on the ultra-wide camera. That makes it a little less bouncy as we walk along. So let's see, is this the place or is it one down here? I'm gonna have to check the map. I'm not sure this is it. I think we have to go further. Well, it's nice of you folks out there to accompany me on this journey. So we look at the big mirror. Keith says Naver and Cacao are good maps for here. And yes, I did use, I think it was Naver map to plot my course here. And it told me how long it would take me. I think it said something like 10 or 15 minutes. Of course, that doesn't count somebody who's toting a 20-pound roller bag plus a backpack, which is probably equally encumbered. So the end of the dispatcher was decoding that sign we saw earlier. It says it seems to say construction of the connecting railway to the second passenger terminal of the airport. Okay, thank you for that. Now my son could have read that. He's fluent in reading and speaking Korean. I'm very proud of him for that capability. He is a journalist in South Korea who focuses on North Korea. So he's become very adept at reading the tea leaves from North Korea. Yes, I am on the way to Air Refresh. I hope I haven't missed it. Let me double check my map just to make sure. Oh, yeah, I have gone past it because I can see it. I see it at the top of this building here. I'm glad I didn't go any further. That is it at the top of this building. So it was a lot closer than I thought. So now I've got to go backtrack a little bit. That's Air Refresh. Well, that's one thing you can't do when you're live streaming is, unless you're holding two phones at once, you can't see those two things at the same time. Okay, so here we go. Alan Burton says hello, or good morning all. Of course, it's the afternoon here. I know this is, I believe, we are now on at the rare time where it's the same day of the week, both in the central time zone of the U.S. and to our friends in Europe, where morning beckons. Looks like I have that's going to be a great place to watch planes from. if I can manage to get up the hill or the road that leads to that place. Okay. "6:45 in the UK," says Anna the dispatcher. So good morning to our friends in the UK and around Europe. It's already Wednesday here in Korea. Has been for a while. It's mid-afternoon. Okay, so we're about to cross the street. I've been expending more energy than was needed. I'll know better when I come over here tomorrow, hopefully, if the weather's okay. Okay, look both ways. Here we go. Bob Winchell is, it's very early morning in southeast Kansas. Good morning, Bob. Rigoberto Juarez is here again with us. And I'm trying to hold the camera up more so you can see what's ahead of us as opposed to what I'm looking down at. I don't know what's around this turn. I think it's going to be a very steep hill. Renton Municipal says not the best roads for walking, to be honest. It's not been, could be a lot worse. You know, the sidewalks in Los Angeles were, I was walking from the H Hotel. Is this what I've got to go up? Is that really where I've got to go? I mean, it looks like it. Or is this a more gentle way to get up to the same place? Because this is totally unpaved, and that's not going to be very friendly to get up there with. So I think I may have to go off or shut down here as a vehicle comes my way. I may have to shut down here in order to consult an aerial view to see which is the better road to take. So anyway, what I was saying was the sidewalks in Los Angeles look like they'd never been fixed from previous earthquakes that I was walking along. They were very bumpy. Okay, so I'm going to I'm going to stop this stream as we make our way up to Air Refresh. My goodness, if that's a hotel or something like it, didn't say anything about that. But if it is, that's probably where I'm going to be staying next time. Anyway, thank you for following along with me on this little exploration. We will be back with you in about, I want to say, what time is it? I gotta look at my watch. Hang on. In a little more than an hour, if all things go well, from way up there. So appreciate your looking in, and we'll be back with you from Incheon International Airport coming up soon here on Runway DFW. Keep those buttons pushed so you know what's coming up, and we'll see you soon on Runway DFW. I know, Anna, you got to go to bed. Maybe you can watch the replay. We'll see you soon. Bye.